this is Holly Anderson, and I have a quote for you. It says, "Defeat is not the worst of failures. Not to have tried is the true failure." And that's by George Edward Woodbury. And when I think about this quote, I think about a conference I went to. It's a writer's conference. Actually, it was a workshop, a writer's workshop. And there were 4 people speaking, 2 editors/authors, and 2 agents. And if you can imagine, this was a big room full of writers who, some of us were published, some of us weren't yet. But one agent had mentioned that she was closed, which means she's not taking any more authors. She's full. She's got plenty of authors she's already representing, and they're writing books. And then one agent said, "Oh, I'm open to listening to pitches from authors and learning about their books and stuff." And so, as you can imagine, at the end of that conference, almost every single author, almost every single writer wanted to go to that agent. And we all just kind of tried to get our way, into her path as she was walking out the door. It was about an hour later, and I still hadn't talked to her. And I just wanted to talk to her. And I remember being kind of scared, kind of intimidated, because I could tell she wanted to be going home or leaving wherever she was going, because she was actually in the parking lot and still talking to someone. Someone else, this guy was pitching her a book, and she was in the parking lot with her keys in her hand. And I'm like, she probably does not want to talk to me. She's been here for an hour. And I had all these excuses not to go up to her and introduce myself and pitch my book. But I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try, because what do I have to lose? And I wanted to be respectful of her time, but I still wanted to introduce myself, because I knew that I would go home and regret it if I didn't. And so I just took my business card out, and I interrupted the guy pitching his book, which I wouldn't recommend. This wasn't very nice of me. But I just said, "I'm sorry for interrupting. Here's my business card. I just wanted to give it to you." And I said, "So I hear that you're open to getting query letters." And she said, "Yes." She's like, "Email me." She took my card, she looked at it, she's like, "Email me and put this conference in the subject line, and I promise I'll read your query letter." And then she went back to listening to the guy's pitch. And for me, that was super exciting. So it was the first time I had gotten, that I had talked to an agent who had said, "Yes, email me your query letter. I'll read it." And it was just mind-blowing for me, because at the beginning of that conference, I would not have expected that would happen, that positive experience would happen. But I'm so glad that I didn't just walk by her. I'm so glad that I just took the risk and did it, and introduced myself and gave her the business card. And she smiled, and people, I was afraid, I'm like, well, what's the worst can happen? She's not gonna not take my business card. She's gonna be like, "Oh no, I don't want this." I mean, I guess she could throw it away when she gets home, but I wouldn't know that, right? So I just want you to remember this week that defeat is not the worst of failures. Not having tried is a true failure. Have a good week.